Assalamu alaikum, hi everybody, welcome to a new video. Thank you for watching and listening. In this video we're gonna preview the game of Morocco versus Egypt. We're gonna talk about this game. We're gonna talk about the probably starting 11 of Morocco and also talk about the strengths of both sides. Before I start with that, I would like to ask you to subscribe on my YouTube channel, to give this video a like and to share this video. So let's first start with the probably starting 11 of Morocco in this game. I think the probably starting 11 is gonna be with, of course, Bounou on goal. Same defense as always with Hakimi, Saiss, Aguerd, and Masina. Same midfield with Amrabat, Amallah, and Louza. And then up front, Boufal, En-Nesyri, and R.Mmaee. I think he's gonna leave out Ayoub El-Kaabi, who so far didn't had a great tournament. And in the last game against Malawi, yeah, he was very disappointing. And that's why I think we're gonna play with R.Mmaee, who had very good performances with our national team, and is a player who suits with him multiple systems. He can play on the counter, he can play in a reaction, he can play in possession, has speed, has a good technique, and he has an eye for the goal. So yeah, I think the, the argument that the coach is going to use to play with him is that he can play on a counter and also is good in possession. So yeah, that's why I think he's gonna play him instead of Tissoudali or Zakaria Abou, who has more one of the system. Tissoudali is good when you have possession, when you are dominant, and Zakaria Abou is more counter footballer, a reaction footballer. So that's why I think it's gonna be R.Mmaee, who, to be honest, also has more quality than the other two at this moment. But it wouldn't surprise me if we play with the 5-3-2. I think the 4-3-3 is the probably starting 11, but it wouldn't surprise me at all if we see a 5-3-2, and maybe it's even better to do that, to play like with Bounou on goal, defense Hakimi, and then En-Nesyri or Shakla, but at this moment I would prefer En-Nesyri, then Aguerd, Saiss, Masina. In midfield, Soufiane Amrabat, Louza, and Amallah, and then up front, Soufiane Boufal and Youssef En-Nesyri. Why? To, at one hand, help Adam Masina, because he's gonna mark Mohamed Salah, and so far Masina don't have a very great tournament, and defensively so far he is stable. That's not the biggest issue. The issue is in possession, where he don't add a lot of quality in our possession, didn't have a lot of great crosses. His passing was so far also most of the time back or to the side to Soufiane Amrabat, who literally is doing the same thing, play very safe passes, don't play it forward. So yeah, that could help him to give Aguerd a bit more freedom to play and to involve in possession, but also to help him in the case of defending Mohamed Salah. But also not only Salah, Egypt has two very good backs. The left back and especially the right back are very good, and they showed that against Ivory Coast, where they were defensively very good. They were the boss of their areas, especially the right back. He played against Gradel and Konan, which so far was maybe the best combination in this tournament in the group stage, but he was in his area just the boss of these two. And also he came a lot of times up to help them in possession or in a counter. And yeah, that's something you have to defend. And with the midfield, Soufiane Amrabat, Imran Louza, and Salim Amallah, you are attackable, and especially on the counter. We saw that against Malawi, where Imran Louza and Salim Amallah were standing too high. That also didn't help us in possession, because our possession was you need these two players to get early the ball in our possession, because they know what they do with the ball, and dare to play risk passes forward. Soufiane and Amrabat, Adam Masina are not the players who dare to do that, and also when they are not standing too high, Ashraf Hakimi has more possibilities to make his famous runs. But also the bad thing of him, these two are standing too high, Louza and Amallah, is that you are attackable on the counter and not standing good. And we saw that in the game against Malawi, even in the first half, like 3-4 very big counters, and maybe because of the lack of quality of Malawi, they couldn't punish us. But that was just unacceptable. I said that also in a previous video, where I said that it's not possible to, yes, you are 1-0 behind, you need to attack, but you don't give all on attack. We didn't give all on attack, and we were attackable on the counter. I mean, that's something you see when the 70th minute is coming, or 85th minute is coming, where you are thinking now is it do or die, and you go on attack and you leave the spaces. Then the opposite team can have those counter attacks. We had that already in the first half, and that's not good. And if we do that against Egypt, then you have a problem with Mohamed Salah, Mustafa Mohamed, maybe Trezeguet or Ahmed Zizou. Then you have a big problem, because these players have the quality to finish this off. So that's something Morocco should be alert of, and you could avoid this with the 5-3-2 system, or stay with the 4-3-3, but make good agreements on how you are staying and which position a player take when we have the ball, because against Malawi that was just terrible in the first half. And like I said in that previous video, we should be alert of that, because Egypt knows how to handle those situations. And I think Egypt is going to be playing a mix of staying compact and also pressure us. They did that also against Ivory Coast. I think most of the game they were compact, they were waiting for their moments and to try it on a counter and a reaction. And at sometimes they pressured us, and that is what they also gonna do, I think, against us. And we should not make this mistake again, because if you go through to the next rounds, then you have it also with Abu Bakar and Toko Ekambi. They also are very good on the counter, on a reaction. So this is something that has to solve. In the group stage, we didn't see that a lot. Against Ghana and Comor, there were moments that the opposite team could start a big counter attack, but we had enough players behind the ball who could solve this earlier at the middle of the pitch. And that gave me a calm feeling, like, okay, this is solved, because a lot of times in the past we lost on a counter attacks, or didn't stand good with the team, or had too much players before the ball. But against Malawi, when we were tested on this, because we were 1-0 behind, we saw that 2-3 times, and that was a moment that I think, okay, so it is still a trap that follows us. So let's hope they have solved this, and we see the 4-3-3. But at the other hand, it wouldn't surprise me if we see a 5-3-2, because of this, because of Mohamed Salah, and because of the two backs of Egypt. The strengths of both sides. Let's start with Egypt. First, of course, Mohamed Salah. The second is the defense. They have a very strong defense with Higazi, with the two backs, like I said. Also, the partner of Higazi in the center of the defense was also very good, especially against Ivory Coast. They have a very good goalkeeper with R.Mmaee. I don't know if he's gonna play, but probably not. But the other goalkeeper of Zamalek is also a good goalkeeper. So the second, I would say, their strength is their defense. The third thing, I think, the chemistry of this team, and also the experience. Most of their team come from Egypt, play also in Egypt, thus they have experience in African football, also the Arab derbies with the country, but also with their clubs. So that's in favor of Egypt. So three strengths, of course, Mohamed Salah as first, best player in the world at this moment. Their defense, and the third thing, I would say, the experience and chemistry, if we talk about African football. Morocco's top three strengths, I think we have overall a good squad, a very good squad, plays in top 5 of the European competitions. Yeah, because goalkeeper of Sevilla, a center half of Ligue 1, a center half of the Premier League, right back of Ligue 1, left back of the Premier League. On the midfield, we have Serie A, Premier League, and the Belgian League. And up front, we have Sevilla. We have a player of Ligue 1 and one player outside the top 5 competitions with R.Mmaee. But yeah, that shows how strong the squad is. It also has, of course, also has a disadvantage because you could question the chemistry, the question of players understand each other. But so far in this tournament, this wasn't a problem. So I wouldn't say that at this moment is a disadvantage. In the past, for sure. Second good thing of Morocco, where I'm very happy at, we have a very good goalkeeper, one of the best in La Liga. And yeah, that's something to mention because in the past we had some problems with goalkeepers. But since Munir Mohand and now Yanis, Yanis, excuse me, Yassine Bounou, we have yeah, two very good goalkeepers that you could trust. So that will, for me, would be the second thing to say. Third thing is that we have multiple weapons. We have the strengths of Ashraf Hakimi. We have the creativity and quality of Soufiane Boufal. We have the possession quality of Salim Amallah and Imran Louza. We have the very strong defense quality of Naif Aguerd and Roman Saiss, but also they are good in set pieces when we attack. Especially Aguerd scores, and also Saiss scores a lot of goals out of set pieces, a lot of headers. We have a pure striker like Youssef En-Nesyri, and on the bench we have players who suits with them a counter football like Zakaria Abu Khalal. We have with Tariq Tissoudali a player who is good in possession and don't need a lot of space to put the action in, like he did against Ghana, where he had a little bit of space and did an amazing turn and created a chance for himself. So we have multiple weapons, multiple strengths to rely on. So yeah, I think from both sides, this is the top 3 qualities if we talk about the collective, not individual, just individual players. So it is at the one hand the strong squad of Morocco against Egypt with Mohamed Salah and a very experienced and Egypt with a good chemistry. And like I said, it's not only Mohamed Salah, don't get me wrong, but he deserves this mention because he is at this moment the best player in the world. But they also have a very experienced squad, a lot of chemistry, and like I said in this video, but also in the video where I reacted on their game against Ivory Coast, they have other great players with El Shenawi, Higazi, the 2 backs, Marmoush, El-Neni. Personally, I'm also a fan of Ahmed Zizou. Let's see if he starts against Morocco. But yeah, they have multiple good players. So yeah, I think from both sides, the top 3 strengths are what I said. And yeah, like I said in the earlier in this video, it is a really 50-50 game because of this. It's gonna be hard, and yeah, let's hope to see a very good game. This is also an interesting game, a lot of pressure for both sides. But yeah, I hope to see a good game. I hope Morocco will win. It would give us a big boost in the rest of this tournament, but also to the World Cup qualifiers in March. And yeah, give me in the comments your ideas about this game and which starting 11 do you want to see of Morocco. And then for sure I'm gonna make a video after the game and look back on this game, and hopefully with win in Morocco. Again, I would like to ask you to subscribe on my YouTube channel, to share this video, and to give this video a like. Thank you very much for watching and listening, and yeah, see you in the next video, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.